What other things did you guys learn over the last 2 years as a church? Like, what have you come out of this time going, oh, we're doing this better, or this is a better way to do this kind of ministry or this kind of outreach, or like super open-ended, whatever it is. But is there any of that where you go like, man, this really got better for us through this season?
Yeah, I mean, one thing we learned, and I learned, and this will be maybe somewhat controversial. I don't know. I don't want to be controversial, but maybe it will be. Is there are some churches who are uniquely called to online experiences,
Right, right,
online real ministry. I'm not talking about you can watch. We do a very good job of you can watch our service online. We
right.
even pray with people while they're on there. We do something like that. Now I'm talking about like legit. I live 100 or 1,000 miles away from this church, but I'm a part of that church. There are some unique individuals who I think are uniquely gifted, and their platform has been uniquely resourced and supplemented that they can do that. And what we learned is, I mean, we didn't hear anybody saying, I really enjoyed worshiping from my home. Really, really got a lot out of it. Was able to really connect with God in musical worship, for instance.
Mm-hmm.
That was the big, I'm a very musical worship centered person, and we're a musical worship centered church. We love demonstrative musical worship as a discipline, spiritual discipline for our church. And I did not connect with God the same way and at the same capacity and same intensity when it was me with my kids on my couch watching YouTube on my TV,
Right.
as I do when I'm in the room. So there's something for me spiritual about gathering together, the church gathering together, that is really important. And I think we learned. I told our church, we're going to use online in every way we can. We're going to do online small groups. We're going to do online join it. But our goal is that people would go to a brick and mortar church in their area, or ours if they're close enough, and that they would be in community with other people
Yeah.
in mass, and learning and growing together and experiencing that emotion that I believe God created in us, of being together. And so that was unique for me because I never knew. Love what some of the churches that I'm friends with, their pastors are doing in the space, but I never could connect with, like, would I watch church online? Like, I just couldn't connect with that. And so I
Right.
was like, well, that's not our thing. Like, that's not our thing. Other people will do it. We'll just provide, if you're sick, you can watch this. If you're move away for a while and you're trying to find a church, you can watch this. And then during COVID, it had to be the only thing, right? And so I had to really wrestle with it. Like, do we want to go after this strategy? And I saw so many people like going after sort of wearing Saul's armor for, like, David, had to try and wear
Mm,
Saul's armor. And they're
yeah.
like, oh, we need to do what Elevation is doing. They do EFAM, and we're just going to not, that's all we're going to do. And I'm like, man, the problem with EFAM without Furtick is it ain't the same without Furtick, because he's
Yeah.
one of the most gifted pastors and preachers in this country, in this world.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I'm a friend of his, but I can say, if all you want to do is get the best preaching on the internet, funnel it into your home for content, you and I both should sit down and watch Furtick.
Yeah. Right.
Because he's incredible. Why
Yeah.
why am I doing it if it's just about content?
Yeah.
And so that was what we wrestled with, is do we want to provide content to people that they will then call community, and yet it will be not community at all. It's a counterfeit of
Mm.
community. They're just consuming content, and consuming content is not church.